Hey y'all, it's Johnathan from Graduates in Denial, and this is another speed paint for my comic. So just a little backstory on this specific page. It's intended to be the last page of the first chapter of the comic, which was built around Midori, who has essentially become the main character at this point. I originally intended the main character of the comic to be Ben, who hasn't even shown up in the comic yet. This whole thing started because I did a stream on Facebook back in the summer, where I just wanted to do something different because I had only been drawing Stevens for a while. So I drew a demo of Ben, and then it just fell from there. Midori's actually from another thing I did way back when, and I pulled her into this, redesigned her a bit. And honestly, I just love everything that happened with her as a character. So yeah, with this page, I'm just trying to show Midori. I guess she was kind of what's the best word for this? Just kind of heartbroken at the lack of any kind of notice or anything of that sort. I think it's a pretty common thing with people that are creative and people that are depressed. Is this want to be noticed when you're putting something out there. You put so much work and effort into it, but there's this realization that unless you're really lucky and something breaks, no one's going to really notice it. This is obviously coming from me. No one's going to really watch this, but there's still this drive to continue. And with Midori specifically, I think because it's the whole making plushies and stuff is the biggest thing about her character at this point. It's what's driving her right now. For her to not get anything out of that is really disrupting. It's really stressful for her, and that's the whole point of this comic, or this specific page, is to show that. When I was first doing this comic, I wanted to really focus on, I guess, showing more human side of things. I really wanted to do character over story. Because I like characters a lot. That's my whole thing, is character. I'm not a great writer, but I do know my three main characters all have key facets that really matter for them. And Midori's thing is her depressive tendencies and the fact that she's really struggling. She has no real direction, and the first thing that looks like direction for her was kind of shot down, and it's a little hard. So I also took it as an opportunity to introduce Morgan, and having them be the key to kind of blend everything together. I'm not going to really talk a lot about Morgan yet because I'm a little undecided on what I'm going to do with them, but Morgan, I think, is going to end up becoming very much a mentor for Midori and really helping Midori not only out of her depressive, current depressive episode, but hopefully help her evolve as a character and as a person. And that's my plan. Obviously, Morgan's gonna learn a lot from Midori as well, because Midori is really skilled. That's the other thing, is how skilled Midori is and how much these two are gonna work off of each other. So to actually focus on the speed paint right now, it's in the inking process. It's just a little drawings here and there. I sped this up at 5,000% instead of 12 like last time, because there were well over 5 hours worth of content that I recorded over the last 3 days, and I wanted to get it all there. As you saw earlier on, this whole thing started with with an actual sketch and stuff, and now it's focusing on inking and stuff. There were 2 sketches digitally, inking, coloring, which is coming up, backgrounds and effects. I did a sketch on paper ahead of time to figure out how I wanted to do, the lining and stuff, and figure out what the main points of the scene were, and then I just changed things around a little bit to make it flow better. And now here is coloring in Morgan for the first time in the comic. I changed their design up a little bit from the original plans. Also, the fucking coloring is really sped up right here because it's going between 3 different pages at once, and it's really hard to keep track of. I regret that, but whatever. But so let's talk about color schemes. Midori's color scheme is one of my favorites. That green and purple that she has going on is really adorable to me. Just like her, like, I guess it's a mint green hair. And I'm not really good at color schemes and stuff, so to get something that clicked like that pretty quickly really helps. It kind of like helps build her as one of the main characters. It helps build her as her, in my eyes. And I'm really, really happy I was able to get that out of her. So here I'm just doing backgrounds and stuff. Like, I have darker colors for her more depressive moments. Anything that's just the straight pink is the color for actual walls and stuff. So like, you'll see me in a, look, I'm adding textures and stuff now, so I'm adding wall textures to like kind of signify that they're different from action backgrounds, like the ones right there, that blue background's an action background to me and stuff. Then like coloring in her eyes and stuff and fixing Morgan's eyes. And here I'm just kind of fixing up, well, I'm adding words right now. I'm just like writing the stuff, trying to like diversify where the boxes are and stuff, because I can be a kind of samey with a lot of things, and I don't really like that. So I just want to try to diversify as much of my stuff as possible. Where am I right now? So here I tried adding an effect that I gave up on because I wanted to show that it was night and stuff, but I decided that the way I'd colored it was effective enough. And yeah, that's the end of it. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a good day.